today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners are 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our... And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all.
It's Kaepernick. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. It's caught, Jones. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Kaepernick now on 1st down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Kaepernick's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Cardinals' 39-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 33. The numbers for Jones last week: 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have...
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return will stop right around the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Complete.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the
To throw is Kaepernick. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Complete.
DeAndre Hopkins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On on the ground. This is Leonard Fournette. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 10, first down Arizona.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as he'll go from the 47 now on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On the draw, this is Fournette. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Vikings 7, Cardinals nothing.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings
now Kaepernick.
At that 8-yard.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 11. Here's Kaepernick. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
3-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Took nearly the entire 1st half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
brings up 3rd down and 1.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Cardinals 3.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have...
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the 2nd half of the season. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. 28-10, the final. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. and they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 28-14 was your final score. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards there on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down, but how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. Boy, they executed that well, really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready, they got it done. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Number 33.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Fuentes perfect on the tackle. A gain of 2.
To throw, Kaepernick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Intended for David Njoku.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. A dump underneath to Jones. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Eddie Jackson brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Kaepernick now to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He hits Beasley right side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Parkey is good.
The kick.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
10. Cardinals 3.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
2nd and 15 at the 20-yard line.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Arizona. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At their own. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Kaepernick going to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Intercepted.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
The pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can I try and go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there? Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to it.
And he's had the hot hand. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's complete right around the 8. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly...
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4.
Makes the score Vikings 10, Cardinals 6.
So an interesting thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Connection made with Chenault. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
4 yards. That's another Cardinals.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man.
And now look at him go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man Hamler, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it to Jefferson on the slant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Gain of 22 more yards.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And too big, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chris Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
On first down, Jones stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll go again to Jones, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Minnesota, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.